The most effective interview question I use is actually two questions. The first one is to ask the candidate to tell me how the people that work for them would describe their leadership style. And that's an easy question, and everybody answers it the same way, frankly. They all say, I'm fair, I'm available, I give people direction, and then I let them do their jobs. Then I ask the real question I mean to ask, which is, what gets you into trouble? And usually, after having spoken about the positive aspects of their leadership style, it's a little bit of a curveball, and it often sort of stops people in their tracks, and it's intentionally vague, what gets you in trouble. And it usually elicits a much more thoughtful, frankly honest answer from people. And if they can't answer that question, that's also kind of telling.
One of the most effective interview questions that I almost always ask at the end of the interview. And I will preface it by saying one of the biggest derailers in the hiring process is surprises. And executive search consultants hate surprises. So I'll ask, is there anything that might come up later in the process that I don't know now, or anything that I didn't ask you that you think that I should know? And I find that that's effective because most people aren't expecting that question, and often they'll go back and tell me something that they glossed over during the interview, maybe about a departure from a job or something like that.
The interview question that I find the most effective and the one that I lead most often with is, out of all of your experiences, which do you enjoy or which have you valued the most? I think that achieves two goals. And one, it's a great way to create an interactive narrative with the candidate. It allows me to gain insight as to what's important to the candidate, what do they value, and where do they feel that their strengths are. And because of the open-ended nature of the question too, it allows me to gain insight as to their style and personality, which is essential as we take a look at the larger conversation of culture fit.
My most effective interview question is, what gets you into trouble? I found that it's a somewhat lighthearted approach to really get people to reveal what are they like stylistically as a leader, a team member, a colleague, and if it lets their guard down, and I find that they're relatively truthful about themselves.
My favorite interview question is, tell me something about yourself that I should know that I haven't already asked you. The reason I ask that question is many times I'll spend about 45 minutes to 60 minutes conducting a phone screen, asking the person's skill set, background, experience, things that are most relevant to the job. But then that last final question gives me a window to their soul. It gives me an idea of things that they're interested in, where their passions lie, but it also shows me how much they really know about themselves and how much time they might have spent exploring the role, the position, and where they might be able to add value.